Well, that didn't look right. Um, Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful. Oh my goodness, I went out for a walk. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. I have to figure out once again how to work this. Oh, there we are. All right, I got it. Phew. Day 2 of internet excellence, and I need to adjust that intro video. Holy crap! I didn't realize I'd do that. So good morning to you. Good morning to you. So this morning I heard something really interesting, and I was listening to a podcast while I was walking, and I was intrigued to hear this gentleman say that we need stress. Like we need stress. And I was like, wait, dude, we don't need that much stress. And he was talking about how the human condition gets through life and how interesting it is that we as a race are kind of an addictive personality. So I was just intrigued by what he was saying, because here's me, I want to be as stress free as possible, and I hope this, at least, I don't know, do I hope that for you now anymore? I don't know. But he was talking about how we need to have a level of stress in our life to achieve. Good morning. What a lovely day. How are you today? So, just talking about how we need, Monica Peterson, good morning, this a level of stress to survive. And I was like, oh, so he's actually not talking about the stress that we experience now in our everyday existence now. He's talking, did it go to TikTok? Let me look at my channels. I did. Streaming. Okay. Um, he's not talking about like all of the things, right, that we try to juggle, all of the things that we put on our plate. Who feels like you have too much on your plate? Like, just give me a, oh my gosh, I am the stress overload queen, right? Um, and I'm looking at this from a very unique perspective, because I just took about 50% of my stress load off of myself within the last month and a half. When we closed the membership, my stress level went from all the way up here to down here. I carried a lot of unnecessary stress. We'll just say it that way. But good morning, Penny Moose. So this gentleman was talking about how we need stress to survive. I was like, because if you think about it, in what we experience nowadays in regards to stress, we have such a higher level of stress that we take on from other people than we did, say, 30 years ago, right? Well, some of you may not remember 30 years ago, but 30 years ago, I can tell you, before the internet, before the cell phones, when you were strapped to the wall with the phone, if you wanted to talk to your friends, there was a lot less stress. Why? Because we got out and we did a lot more things, and we weren't in everybody else's freaking business. All right. We do get in other people's business, and it's a thing, right? And you don't have to you don't have to even be commenting, get this, to be in somebody else's business. You can be invested in their drama and not say a word, and it still spikes your cortisol level. So what happened when he was talking about being an addictive personality, what he was talking about was the level of cortisol in our bodies, coursing through our bodies nowadays versus 30 years ago, even 20 years ago, has doubled. Doubled. So it takes more, get this shit, it takes more for us to feel motivated to do anything than it would have 20 years ago. On a day-to-day basis, it takes us more stimulation to get up and do anything, because our cortisol levels are twice as high as they used to be. So we have to work harder to even get out of our funk, or get our crap ready to go to work or whatever. So it was just an interesting chat that he had this morning. And good morning, Kim Coons. How are you? It's been so long. So it was just, I sat there and I went, huh, wow, wow. Because I don't know if this is working. Oh, continue hosting live. Oh, yeah, continue live. Yeah, yeah, do that. Do that. If I close this, if I diminish that, okay, there we go. Maybe now. Continue live. Go live. I think I'm live over there. Yeah, okay, I'm live. Okay. I'm trying to figure out TikTok. It's not easy. So, but he did say stress is a normal human condition, right? We need it. And you can look back at things like just pure survival of the human species. Where you're getting chased by a lion, you're going to be stressed, right? So there's a level of stress to everything. But hopefully, you're not being chased by any lions today. I can I can mark myself safe from being chased by a lion today. Can you? So we'll never be totally stress free, but we can regulate the amount of stress we have within our person and help lower some of our cortisol levels. It helps with frequencies as well. Yes, we do. That level of stress does help with some of our spiritual growth because that's how we learn, right? Always learn within the storm. We always learn within the storm. So I don't know that this is working. What have I done? What have I done? It says I'm offline. What did I do? Okay, what did I do? I had it yesterday. Oh, wait. Wait, wait, wait. 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 This is what I did. Hold on. I'm still learning, you guys. Where was I? Oh, there we are. Streaming. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. I'll bring that little bad monkey over here. Go back over here. Get rid of that. Oh, where'd it go? Internet. Oh, how do I do that? Oh, I do this. And then do this. Oh, should do that. No, don't do that. Sorry, guys. You guys hear the wildlife. Oh, there we go. There we go. I figured it out. Yay! So, good morning, everybody. You said that my coffee went all over. What did I say, Monica? So anyways, we're talking about the stress level and how it is actually beneficial to us on a certain level. But for crying out loud, you guys, figure out ways to remove some of the stress that you have in your life because we are doubled down on our stress. Doubled down on our stress. It affects our muscles, our sleep, our hormones, our everything. And I'm not doing it preaching, I'm doing a teaching this morning. I was doing this walk and I was just going, holy crap. So he was talking about our cortisol levels and some of the things that spike our cortisol levels. You guys, what would they be? Coffee. Within the first hour of getting up, coffee spikes cortisol, right? The blue screen, right when you get up in the morning. So the blue screen on our computers affects our cortisol. Stay off it for the first hour. I'm usually off the internet for the first hour when I get up. What do I do first though? I check it. I don't get online to do this, but I do check it. So these things that are put in front of us all the time on a daily basis are jumping in front of this cortisol and creating a higher cortisol level. So we're less motivated. But what does being less motivated want us to do? Drink more freaking coffee. And find the things that help us jumpstart our day, right? Anyways, okay, moving on. That was just something interesting I heard this morning, and I thought, wow, Yeah, we do need a level of motivation, which comes in stress. It creates that, hey, let's get going, let's do things. But we have taken this and made it an art form, you guys. We have this hair in the back is really irritating. We have made stress an art form, right? So let's not do that. Let's find something peaceful to do in the morning. Actually, I have started walking first thing in the morning to connect. And that's my thing. And I just bought barefoot grounding shoes to connect a little bit more. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. I see you guys. Okay, can I get a whoop whoop in the room? So if you are new to the feed, this lets me see who's in the room, because especially on TikTok, a lot of people come in and they go back out, and it's fine, right? It's all fine. I'm not everybody's jam. It's okay. But if you are in the feed, let me know so that we can get this party started. And I have some very significant lag this morning. All right, let's go with whoop whoop. Oh, whoop whoop. Welcome. Hello, new here. I can't see your name. All I see is a little gladiator helmet. That's adorable. Jackie Freeman, how are you? Let's go with Monica Peterson. Monica Peterson on YouTube. Good morning, Brandy Vale. Monica Peterson. So Monica, I want to talk about the thing that you see that's out of place. Like there is this something that you see throughout the course of the day that is just not right. And I don't know if you are like one of those people that, because I am like, I want my pens to be in a line. I don't know if that's something that you do, but they're like, you feel the need to tweak something. And if you are working on a project or something and something just doesn't feel quite right, make sure you make the adjustments that you need, because it's going to bug the crap out of you if you don't. Oh, Jackie, that's awesome. That's awesome. So Monica, no, I'm not supposed to pull from this card deck. All right, fine, calm down. I will pull from here though. Congratulations, Jackie Freeman. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Diana Bradley, good morning. So if you're on TikTok, I have a totally different TikTok feed than I do my other feeds. So I have 5 platforms coming in at one time. So if I'm talking to somebody and you don't see who it is over on TikTok, it's because they're not there. They're over on YouTube or Facebook or wherever the heck they are. Okay, you understand what I'm talking about. Great, because they're like, she sees it. Once you fix it, once you fix it, sunshine, roses, unicorn farts. Okay, great. You're going to feel so much better about it. But I also have to let you know, don't be indecisive. Make the decision. This is the shitter to get off the pot card, right? It's reverse. It's like you could be waffling on it. Somebody might try to influence you on your decision, or might go, hey, let's do this a little bit differently. When you make a decision, just stay with the decision. If it feels like the right thing to do what feels right? Because there are people that will always want to help influence what we want to lay before ourselves. Just know that you know what's best for you. Okay, I hope that helps. Absolutely. All right, can I get another whoop whoop? Yes, Mr. Fry. There's my husband. Generation X. I like it. I like it. Okay. All right. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room? Let me see who is here. He's heading to the U.S. Marine Corps on June 16th. So good vibes his way. Absolutely, Jackie. Absolutely. Brand new Marine. That's amazing. Congratulations. Can I get a whoop whoop? Let's see. Let's see. Let's go with Randy Scott. Randy, whatever it is, whatever it is you're doing that is just pattern, the pattern that you have going on, just you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and you're not taking in new choices. Make sure you're taking in new choices, because they're talking about you're not moving forward because you're not looking for the new opportunities. There's some things that are going to be laid in front of you. Do not deny yourself something because of an old pattern. Bring in new patterns that create good health for you. And I know Randy. So that's what they're saying. Allow something new to come in for yourself. And I almost feel like I want to say, go for a walk or go bicycling or something that is out of the norm for you that you could be bringing in to increase your health. Not that they're saying that there's anything unhealthy going, but they're like, you're denying yourself some absolute joy because you're staying right here between the lines, because that's what you've always done, right? You've always stayed between the lines. Now you've branched out, you're doing these new things, but fear could keep you right here. Do some new stuff, bring some new things in. Pick up a hobby. Pick up a hobby and do something fun. That's what they want you to do, because you have so much more life to live, they say. Randy, we're going to throw you a huge congratulations out there. Randy is, get this, guys, 101 days dry, no drinking. That's awesome. 101 days sober. Congratulations, Randy. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. All right. Hi, Sassy Mama over on TikTok says, congratulations, way to go, way to go. That's a big deal. That's a, you know, that is one of those things that it's legal to do, but I think it's worse than a lot of different things, right? But it's a legal thing. Look at this hair today. I have a hair challenge today. Okay, let's go with Sassy Mama. Am I doing yes and no's? I pull for who I feel the energy needs the reading, like their guides have information for them. So I don't have a list, and I will tell you that I don't answer yes and no questions as a general rule. What I do is I come in and I will tell you what your guides want you to know. And it may answer your question, or it may be something the universe thinks is more important than what you thought was important. I go with the universe. Okay. Okay. So let's go with Sassy Mama. Let's go with Sassy Mama over on TikTok. Oh, why are you not breathing deep enough? So the first thing you want to say, Sassy Mama, is you breathe pretty shallowly. Like you're not really taking a full deep breath and filling your gut. Now, why is this important? This is important because you're not creating an exchange, that air exchange, an energetic exchange to the body. So they're telling me you're doing the same thing over and over and over, right? So you are breathing a little too shallow to exchange that much energy. And they also want you to lengthen your stride. I know this is weird information, but they want you to lengthen your stride. Like when you're walking, I don't know if you're having any lower back pains or anything like that, but they're talking about when you're walking, make sure you're walking confidently and that you're walking with a good long stride, because it is your energy is very in here, like it's right here, and they want you to be reaching out a little bit more. They want you to stretch out a little bit more. I don't know if you are doing any kind of stretching exercises, but I would look up qigong on YouTube. I look up beginners qigong, and I use yochi qigong, and it really helps create movement in the spinal column. And I feel like you are just tight. I think you're just tight. And I think that it comes to what we started the conversation off with today was there's a lot of stress and you're letting it reside within your body. Now, you need to start letting that go. What does that do when it comes to everything else in life? When it comes to everything else in life, you have a little bit more clarity because you're moving energy around through your body. I'm getting shin splints badly. So I would really like to see you move a lot of energy because I'm sorry, I just tell you as it comes, right? We are sold out of eggs, just letting you know in case we wanted to bring some in. Yes, Ashley, I will bring some more eggs into the store. Thank you. When you let go of the energy that you, or the stress you have stored in your own personal body, sassy mama, you're going to find that other things open up. You're going to make clearer decisions. You're going to see events and people with clarity. Okay. And you're going to have a little bit more of a grounded feeling for yourself and feel your personal self-worth. It's going to be that moment where you go, God bless America. I am worth XYZ, damn it. And you move forward that way. And Diana says, well, my guide would say shit or get off the pot, right? Absolutely. All right. And the card that I pulled for you, Sassy Mama, is right in line with what we're talking about. It says focusing on all of the things that are right there in front of you. The Queen of Pentacles is that feeling of I'm in control, I have what I need, I am focusing on my family, I'm focusing on myself, and the things that are working and the benefit for those. All right. So you need to pay attention. What's working for you, not against you? What's bringing in stress, right? And this card is about letting go of the old problems and allowing life to come in and bring in new joy. So I'm going to go right up here and I'm going to look because I can see on TikTok. It's time for you to move on. It's time for the situations in your family and in your immediate people to either shit or get off the pot. How's that? Does that help? But this is my whole family. The whole family's been off their rockers. Thank you. I have that family too. But it's time for you to start moving your energy forward. And guess what? Rising tides raise all ships. So when you're doing better, everybody around you is doing better. Gotta go. I read something over here. I'm sorry. I hope that helps. Moving on. All right. If you guys could share to a friend, invite a friend, share to your feed, share to a group. Not Knitters Anonymous. They don't care. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm glad that makes sense, Sassy Mama. Okay. Moving on. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room, you guys? Welcome to all the, thank you so much, Blossom. Welcome to all the new people. And I know that on TikTok, people come in and out because there's a lot of people looking for that fast wham, bam, thank you, ma'am reading. I read people's energy. That is the words of the day, get shit or get off the pot. I read people's energy when they comment on here. So when that happens, that's how I pick who I'm reading next. There is no list. That's why I say, give me whoop whoop. That lets me see who's here and not just the people that have filtered through, right? Okay, here we go. Let's go with Blossom on TikTok, and then we'll go back over to one of the other venues. Blossom, what do you do for a living? Blossom, are you here? Generation X. I love the play on words there. That's great. Blossom, are you still here? I have lag, guys, so a little. I need grace. Yes. Okay. You're a DoorDasher. Okay. I really. One second. Hey, Buford, buddy. Okay, sorry. Buford was howling. He doesn't usually. Ah, man, I lost my comments. They're there. Okay. He doesn't usually do that, and he's 15, so we have to make sure we check on him, right? Okay. If you're not familiar with Blue Buford, he's the Basset Hound. He runs around here. He's been on with us for many years now. Okay, Blossom. I think you could be doing what I do if you wanted to do so. Matter of fact, I know you could be, because you get a lot of, I don't know, do you catch a lot of things out of the corner of your eye? Do you catch a lot of things out of the corner of your eye, like just shadows? Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody does. Everybody can catch something out of the corner of their eye. It's about the science, and I could go into the science of it and how the rods and cones and the wavelengths and the dimensions and all that stuff. But we're just going to keep it easy. Spirit's trying to get your attention. Like, they are seriously trying to get your attention. They're trying to help you, to give you like a leg up. And I actually heard that. Let's give her a leg up. I know, Buford's so cute. He's struggling. Buford's struggling, you guys. Bye, Kim. Have a good weekend. So they're really, really trying to get you, give you a leg up and give you information. Please start journaling. They want you to start journaling. If you are not writing things down, you should be. And why is this important? Writing things down when doing dream journaling, or just if you had a thought pop into your head throughout the course of the day, things along those lines, it creates this physical representation that you have something that you're paying attention to from spirit. Okay, so I'm sorry. So just make sure that you are listening. Ask for guidance. Ask for validation. Validation is this great way for spirit to come across and give you little hints and breadcrumbs that say, hey, yes, I am listening to you. And this is really important for our Muggle side. This is important for our Muggle side to know that there's validation, to get that validation, because then we switch gears and all of a sudden you're doing what I do, right? I didn't do this till I was 38 years old. I lived very Mugglish. I didn't believe in psychics at all. And then, so now we have all sorts of things going on around us. So it's all great and it's beautiful and it's life-changing. It's life-changing. And I'll just give you some examples in my life. It shifted. And I'm sure, because I know we have a lot of my mystical lifers over on the right-hand side and Facebook and YouTube and all that. We're fairly new to TikTok, but I was very, very depressed. I didn't see any light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't see any light at the tunnel. I was every once in a while I had unaliving thoughts, and now I don't, and I find joy in a lot of different things. So I think that finding joy and feeling in connection with our spiritual side really does shift goals for us. It shifts our life. And then all of a sudden, you felt the same until you met Emma. I love Emma. Emma and I need to sit down and chat. We haven't done that in a long time. So, Blossom, it's important. That's why they're trying to give you a leg up. She's like, that's my problem for years until recently. Good. They're trying to give you a leg up. They're trying to be helpful. They're trying to be like, let's move forward faster, because they have something really great in store for you. And they're going, I have some money. So, and it's not, I never tell anybody they're going to win the lottery. But I can say that money that you earn will come easily. You're just confused on what to do to move forward faster. I would say start with mindfulness. Let's do that. Start with mindfulness, where you take 2 minutes a day, close your eyes, and just listen to the universe. And it doesn't matter if you hear the train. If that's what you hear, the train came by. That's it. Don't let it distract you. Just be part of your mindfulness. And when you're done, write it down. I'll tell you what, 30 minutes of mindful writing will get you. But I thought you can't move faster. It's divine timing. Yeah, but if your divine timing is your awareness all of a sudden shifts perspectives, we don't know what divine timing is. So if we have had something laid in front of us that says, hey, now it's time to move faster, we have naturally shifted gears and are now moving faster because of divine timing, right? but don't stress about it. This is not something we're trying to stress about, because the more stress you put on yourself, the slower you go. Don't be like, I've got to, I've got to, I've got to, I've got to. Find the joy in it and laugh through it. Oh my goodness, find the laughter. Find the laughter and you'll find your joy, your own personal pattern. It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun on my spiritual journey. We just do. Okay. So, by the way, you guys, we are meeting in Sedona, 11th through 15th of September. We are going to do, I actually have a commercial for it, blah, blah, blah. I just haven't finished the music because I didn't get it done. But we're going to be doing everything from trans mediumship. We have readers that'll be there that you can get readings from if you would like to. We're going to go to the vortex, a couple vortexes, of course, shopping in Sedona. Sam's gonna cook for us one evening, which is nice. What else do we have going on? A guided meditation. Yeah, a bunch of stuff we're doing. I have it written down. But you can go to mymysticallife.com and find the link for that and meet us in Sedona, because we are going to have a lot of fun. Susan Bradley says, where did I get my grounding shoes? I bought, it starts with an R. No, I bought Peak shoes. They're called Peak barefoot shoes. So the barefoot shoes generally have these little holes on the bottom of them. You'll see 4 and then you'll see 3 at the heel. And you can actually put copper tacks in there. Not tacks, but copper that ground you. Yeah. I'm learning. I'm learning every day. Okay. Susan Bradley says, it is really hard to determine whether I hear spirit or loved ones from my own thoughts and what I feel I know they would say. Any advice? And what I want, I feel I know they would say. So this is about trust and about so if you're listening to psychic, are we talking about the differentiation between psychic and mediumship? Or are we just talking about mediumship? Yes, Coretta. They're copper grommets. Absolutely. I was gonna buy the hike ones, but I went with this other one because I'm an over shopper. I will dissect a purchase. Are you doing any classes at the shop soon? I just put one on the schedule for next month. We're doing Reiki 1, which I believe was the class that propelled my intuition like this, because it created validation for the physical validation, and my brain needed that to move forward on. But we're going to do it online and in store. So at the same time, mediumship. Okay. So how much do you trust your guides on the other side or your past loved ones? This is a trick question because we should implicitly, right? But why I'm asking that is when you just start to talk about the things that pop into your head, right? When you start to just talk about the things that pop into your head and you come out with things that there's no way you could know, that's when you really start to roll into that and feel that, right? Like I hear my mom, but I don't know if I'm actually hearing her. Do I just know her well enough to know what she would say? So that's kind of like with clairalience as well, where you just all of a sudden smell somebody. That is their way of saying, hey, here I am. That is so when you have someone come in and they pop into your head all of a sudden and they're like, oh, my mom would have said this. That's because they're popping in to say, here I am. So trust that. Trust that and take it as a hug, basically. And then start a conversation. See if you can start a conversation. I know a lot of people are worried about, and not that you are, Susan. So not you, but a lot of people are worried. Is it my imagination or is it real? Is it real communication or is it my imagination? Which I guess that's kind of your question. Um, and I will tell you that 99.9% of communication that we get is stems from the imagination. And it needs to, it has to, because if you don't have any place to fish from, you cannot bring across the message. You cannot connect because we have to have that trace to step into, right? We have to have that moment, that thought, that feeling. And where are you going to get that? If you haven't experienced it, how are you going to go there? Spirit will always use what we know to relate to intuition. So I like your name, Silver Dragon. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit about both, but just step into it and see where it goes. Here's one. Shively says, "Good morning. I smell pot in my house off and on. I don't drink or do drugs. This spirit has to go." So you have like this, I would say a 60s energy there, but it could be anything nowadays, couldn't it? Okay, onward. Onward. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room? If you are new, because we do have TikTok over here on this side, and we have our Facebook and our YouTube over here. So I have 5 different feeds coming in. If you are new, the whoop whoop just lets me know who hippies. It lets me know who's in the room, who has come, who's gone. Because on TikTok, a lot of people filter through, right? Have a good day, Penny. Um, a lot of people filter through. So it just lets me know who is here. I'm going to go with Generation X. Generation X. First of all, I want to talk about your extraterrestrial connections. She is on. So let's talk about. Have you Generation X? I am going to ask some questions, and I try not to ask a lot of questions. Donna Culverhouse, hello. Um, have you ever looked to the sky? Are you a moon person? Have you looked to the sky and just felt loneliness, or I want just relaxation? Um, oh my gosh, her baby's graduating on Saturday. She's so deep in the feels. Absolutely. I want to talk about your extraterrestrial connections, Jenna. Um, absolute starseed. Absolute starseed. And this is not one I deal with as a general rule. Alpha Centaurians, I don't deal with them. I've not dealt with them. To the moon and pray. I'm a moon person too, big time. I don't know what they do. I don't know what the anybody over on Facebook know anything about anybody know anything about the Alpha Centaurians? Centaurians. That's a different one for me, but that's the name they give me. They want to talk about your ability. That's a big accomplishment. I'm so excited for Donna. They talk about your puzzle ability, your puzzle ability, and being able to figure out how to do the things or do. I personally like IKEA furniture. Like I do. I love putting it together. Everybody's like, "What is the matter with you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I think we just had lightning." But I do like that, and that's the kind of what they're showing me as a brain twister or in Tetris in life. And yes, you love puzzles. That has to do with this starseed connection. They're like, you like the intricacies of the little things. The how do we unravel this? How do we make this work? A little from channeling Eric. I don't know anything about them. Donna, I'm so glad you're here. And as a matter of fact, I thought I saw lightning. As a matter of fact, Susan Radley, I have never watched or heard anything of the channeling Eric. I'm horrible. I stay right in my box. I do. I used to think it was a problem. I used to be like, this is where I like to stay. And then I had someone approach me because you can't do your own spirituality wrong, right? Oh, let me stay right here. This is what we call squirrel moments. This is a squirrel moment. Wait, let me see if my squirrel come up. Yes, right here. No? Aw, it doesn't come up here. Dang. Okay. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. Quit touching buttons. Fuzz nuts. There we go. Okay. So back to Generation X. This is the squirrel moment. I've got to come back. Oh, gotcha. So the other thing I have, so I have some very unique guides. One of them really is in his only job is when somebody needs to get shit or get off the pot. Um, that is that is when I can tell somebody you have this guide that's trying to get you to move forward. They're trying to get you to take this first tentative step and step on out. This guide likes the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and he always comes forward with the line from that with "Take one foot in front of the other." You know, when Rudolph is standing in the cave and he has a little black on his nose, and and Santa's going, "Hey," well, that's it's a great way to cuss without having to cuss. And that's that scene where he, claymation Rudolph has to decide, what am I going to do? Am I going to be the person that's always living in fear of what other people are thinking, or am I going to be the hero of the day by some of the things that you need to do? Take that one step forward. And I know we all talk about the secret, right? How manifestation is so key in our life, but nothing manifests without the first step. Um, or get off the pot. Yeah, words for the day. Words for the day. So they want you to take that first step through the fear of maybe what other people think, or even what you think. Like, how do we move forward? It's a big thing for today, obviously, right? Move forward. Let go of some of the old things and just take that step forward, and you're going to find that there is a lot of happiness in store for you. They give me this big, huge heart chakra going like, oh my God, let's do this. Let's move forward. And something about this also will take some stress off you. You'll be able to breathe easier. You'll be able to just expand and find the things that there's something hidden under a rock that you just are missing. Perfect, Generation X. Perfect. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Okay, moving on. If you guys haven't liked the feed, I don't get to everybody every single time. I have a lot of feed go through here. I'm not just on TikTok, I'm on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So we have a lot flying through here. So can I get a whoop whoop in the room? Let me see who's here, and we will go from there. You're very welcome, Generation X. Let's go with Susan Bradley over on Facebook. Susan Bradley, the first thing I hear for you is the drum beats. They're talking about it's time to get yourself in sync. Go to an exercise class. Have fun. I've been having fun walking. I find that I feel a lot better. I signed up for one of those stupid walking apps, but I'm very goal oriented and very, very competitive, so it helps. I was thinking about that on my walk this morning. I am super competitive, like really competitive. So probably not a spiritual thing, but I am. So it does help having the app. They're like, you got a button, and I'm like, yeah, get a button. Okay, all right. Susan Bradley. The first thing I hear for you is the drum beat. It's time to find your cadence. I feel like you're out of cadence. You're standing to the left of it's almost like you're standing to the left of your energetic field. And it's so interesting. So interesting. Because as I'm looking at this, I'm like seeing you standing just to the left of your own field of energy, off to the left of your body. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And they're like, this is almost a shift of dimension. Almost a shift of dimension. They want you to start as a shaman, I hear the drum beat when somebody is a healer. And I know I'm all talking with my hands today because this one's kind of got me excited. They're like, when you can bring yourself back into alignment, then you're going to make a full shift. You're making like a half a shift. They're like, let's bring ourselves back into alignment, bring yourselves to center. So do you center at all, Susan? I know a lot of us do the grounding and the protection, but do you center? Do you center? And I don't mean centering like this. Shanti. No. Well, there is so much to be gained from that. I want you to find yourself. Have you really found yourself? That moment of absolute peace and tranquility. Living in the moment, right here, right now, not in the past, not in the future, but right now. There's so much, you guys, to be. This is so much, right? If we can live right here, they want you to practice that. Archangel Metatron wants you to practice that. Find your sacred geometry within your soul. Ooh, 2x4 therapy. We like 2x4 therapy. That is, they're getting ready to take you to another level. And that's exactly what happens. When they bring you to that, hi Melanie, hi Brandy Hudson. So when you move up, it can be confusing, and it can be, you feel as if you've been disengaged, or you're being spiritually knocked around a little bit. That's when you come in. I have a guided meditation for this. And I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but I need to start uploading some of our guided meditations because we have something like 50 of them. And we have something like 250 spiritual development classes that I can put up on YouTube that I have not done. Because that's a lot. But breathe this is what you guys say, breathe to your heart, to the core. Pay attention to that feeling, that energy, that moment, right here, right now. And that's when you're going to start really moving up. You're moving dimensions. This is 5th dimensional stuff. Okay. I hope that makes sense. That was interesting. The feeling from that. So it's almost like a smudge coming out. Is really, really cool. Right? That'd be great to leave the stress and anxiety and the drama here for the most part. Absolutely. Okay. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room, you guys? Can I get a whoop whoop? Let me see who is here. Oh, anybody else allergies like kicking your butt? I actually sat on the couch yesterday and didn't do nothing, which is so unusual for me. I'm working on oracle boards, and the oracle board that I have, so I bought this big, huge, brand new machine to do the oracle board. There's a lot of people that have seen the oracle board. Let me pull up and see if I can show the oracle board. But I'm working on a new one. It is Archangel Michael, and it's so beautiful. Oh, what am I doing? I was so lost. Oh, this might work. Let's see.
I wish I had gotten that turning with one person. Yeah. I'm saying I haven't been on yet. You guys want chairs back? So settle your energy in, you guys. You've seen how it works. So settle your energy in and call people that you know and love from the other side to come across. And Spirit sees how it works too, so they're primed.
Okay, I got lost. I couldn't figure out how to come back. Excuse me. And I was like, I've got one. So I have this brand new laser to do the etching on it and all of the things on it now. And so I have one that I need to get cut out, and it's just it's been a whole lot of fun to figure out how to do. But we'll actually do a session one evening. I'm wondering how we'll do that online. I think that we could probably figure out how to. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. It's a really interesting thing. Bradley, Brandy, you live close by. Have don't you, Brandyville? You live close to the shop, right? Have you been to one of the evenings? One of the spirit board evenings? Okay. I know, I got off track. I did. It happens all the time. All right. Did I call somebody's name? No, I read for that person. Okay, let's go back to it's a really cool thing. It really is. We took it on the cruise with us, the cruise last year, and Dr. Gates that was using it was like, I could use one of these. I need one of these. I'm like, well, you have been to one. Okay. It's mind blowing. Now that's really cool, but the table tipping is also the tipping. Oh, you have not? So the table tipping is like, will blow your mind. Our tables move like 10 foot across the floor. It's cool stuff. I'll have to do a live one on one. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Let's go with Melanie over on TikTok. Melanie. Melanie, are you here? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a really interesting to see physical mediumship is really amazing. Oh, come on, Donna. Donna, come to Sedona. Yes, we will do a live. We haven't done a table tipping in a couple months, so I figure it's time. It's time. We were gonna do a make and take at the shop where you can make and blend your own teas, and because we have a whole herb wall, and then we're gonna do a mediumship tea party afterwards. Maybe we'll switch it over to a table tipping. This is Melanie. Melanie? Melanie. Stop by Taos. I've been to Taos. We lived in Santa Fe for almost a year. My husband worked at Los Alamos, and Taos is beautiful. I want to go riding up in those mountains, man. I want to go riding up there so bad. Um, I just, it feels like John Wayne country to me, and I love it. I love it up there. So Meredith or Melanie, I want to talk about what are you allowing to steal your happiness? You have the horses? Come on, girl. No, I'm not riding right now. I've gained a lot of weight since COVID. I'm not riding right now, but I was cleaning my saddle the other day, and I was like, man, I just want to get in that. So I'm working towards getting back in the saddle. But we still do. We breed paints and quarters here. But Melanie, or Melanie, what's the thing that's stealing your joy? What is the thing that is pulling the carpet from underneath your feet? It kind of is that feeling. Like it's just this feeling of being sucked away from you. This is the happiest card in the whole deck. This is the happiest card in the whole deck, but it's reversed. Like you have to see what it is. I can't tell you what it is. Okay. Been remodeling, building new retreat. Sad, lost husband in February. Melanie. Ugh. I can't even. Oh, I know who this is now. I didn't know who this was. It's time to start climbing out of that, absolutely. Because they're saying you are the one that is going to be exactly what you're doing. The only one that can take you out of this is you. The only one that can take you out of this is you. Look at all the yellow in there and all the pentacles. They're like, you've got this. You've got this. Make it. But don't ever try to do this alone. Make sure you have a good amount of people that you can talk to about where you are in life, and let go of the stress. Let go of the stress. It's not serving you. Because then it goes into the wands and all the things that you absolutely so sorry for her loss. Absolutely. You have this. You have this. Absolutely. Absolutely got this. It was sad. I can't even put myself there, Melanie. Not even, I can't even imagine it. I don't want to. But I can tell you that everything that you're doing, cards flying everywhere. Everything that you're doing takes you here. Forward. Onward. Onward. Horses are amazing. Horses are the healers of the animal kingdom. As an animal totem, they are the awesome animal totem. They are just so relaxing to be around. So if you've never been around a horse, you guys, there's nothing as relaxing as cuddling in and just putting yourself right next to that horse and just falling into their energy. Yeah, you understand. Good. All right, everybody. I'm onward and I'm moving on for the rest of the day. I'm heading to work. So I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon. Find light, find love, find joy. Feel divine because you are. And if Mr. Fry were here, he would say, may the light be with you always. And I hope to see you on a future stream. So we will talk to you guys later. Like I have a mouse.